And we're live streaming today, and we're going to talk about day trips, vacations, weekends, things to do. So I do appreciate you showing up today. And I've asked this question quite a bit is what is a day trip? Well, a day trip is someplace you go in one day. You leave in the morning, you come back in the afternoon, and that is a day trip. All right, let me see. Let me turn this on. All right. And that's a day trip. So, a lot of day trips are if you're close to a park, if you're close to the ocean, the mountains, you know, get what it is. You get out of the house, you get into your car, and you drive somewhere. That's what a day trip is. So, some of the best day trips that I've been on is going to the mountains. The White Mountains in New Hampshire. There's some great day trips. You go up, you spend time in the mountains, you spend time in the river. You know, you're in the forest, you're in the river, you're outdoors, you're not in the house. It's a great time. And then when you're done, you go home. That's what a day trip is. So hopefully I get a few people watching today. So far, there's just one. And I'm trying to think what else here. But the biggest thing on a day trip is getting out of the house. You got to get out of the house. And once you're out of the house, then you're enjoying yourself, which is the best thing to do. All right, I got one person on today. Let's see what we have here. Oh, I got two people on. Welcome to the two people that I have on. Let's see. All right, I got two people on, and hopefully I get a few more. And like I said, what a day trip is a day tripper. Yeah, a day tripper is, when you're out and about, if you're in the city, go to a park. Even if you get out and go to the mall, just get out of the house and go out for a day trip somewhere. If you especially if you're fortunate by the coast or by the mountains, there's quite a few day trips you can do in those areas. But if you're more in the Midwest, out in the middle, there has to be nature trails, there has to be parks, there has to be national monument areas, any place you can go to do a day trip. And sometimes there's weekenders. You have a weekend. Me and my wife been on some great weekend trips. One of the nicest places we like to go to is Booth Bay Harbor in Maine. It's a good time. What is my favorite day trip last year? I want to say Booth Bay Harbor, Maine, like I was talking about. The shirt that I have on right now is from Booth Bay Harbor, Maine. You can see it. Basically just stay overnight. You can spend the whole day in the town. There's a nice wharf area. Do I do geocaching? Yes, I also do geocaching. We'll talk about this in just a second. Booth Bay Harbor, beautiful area, nice restaurants, nice places to stay. You got a nice wharf area where the ships go out of. It's just a great time. You also have the botanical gardens there. It's just being on the ocean is a great thing. So to me, that's the great weekender, is Booth Bay Harbor, Maine. And geocaching. What's good about geocaching is it gets you out and about to areas you don't normally go to. And what geocaching is an app on your phone, and they send you to places to find locations. It's a geocaching.com if you're interested. or if you've done it already, definitely a good thing to do. And let's see, and it takes, like I said, the biggest thing is it takes you to places you would not normally think about going to, and that's what geocaching does. Um, let's see, ask what type of restaurants in Booth Bay Harbor. Of course, they have your seafood restaurants. My Oyster's a great place. I'm trying to think of the other place. In Booth Bay Harbor, Booth Bay Harbor, the restaurants there. Um, there's a couple fish, fish restaurants. Uh, there's a pizza place. There's bars. It's just a great place to go. There's another restaurant you can go sit up on the balcony, up on the very top, where the roof is. I can't remember the names, but that way you can overview of the area. So that's in Booth Bay Harbor, Maine. Getting back to another great place to go in Maine is, let's see, Algonquin, Maine. You go to Algonquin, Maine. It's a nice town, very historical. You can walk around all the shops and stuff, nice restaurant. And there's a place called Module Way. And what Module Way is, you can pick it up at Perkins Cove, and it takes you right along the river. Not along the river, around the ocean. There's a nice path along the ocean. It's all paved. It's wheelchair accessible. And it's just a beautiful sight. I also have a video on this on Module Way, so if you want to go to my library, and I get over 450 videos, and one of them, a couple is Perkins Cove and Module Way. So see what that's all about. That's a great place for anything. What else? If you, of course, if you live in New Hampshire, the White Mountains is a great place to go. Lake Winnipesaukee is a great place to go for day trips. If you live down in Massachusetts, across Cape Cod is a great place. The Berkshires, excuse me. And of course, if you live in Rhode Island, you can go down to Newport, to the Breakers. It's another great day trip. There's plenty of parks you can go to. And any place you can go to get out of the house is considered a day trip. So that's what I recommend. I don't know too much about the West Coast, but same thing. You must have plenty of parks, tourist attractions, festivals, just farmers markets, anything that gets you out for the day. Get out, travel, look around, come back, so you don't have to get hotels and stuff. If you do want to get a hotel, weekends are very, very good to do these trips on, because you can do quite a bit more. So that's what a day trip and a weekend trip is. Of course, if you want to take a week off, there's plenty of opportunities. And what I like to do when I take a week off in the last few years is cruising. Cruising is it's an awesome place, awesome way to travel. What better way than having a ship take you to your destinations? You get off, you go visit, you get back on the ship, you eat, you watch a show, entertainment, go to bed, and you're in the new port the next day. What better way is that? To have them do all the work for you. You're a nice enclosed bubble, and you're safe, and then you're cruising around. That's another way to do your if you want to take a week off. Disney is another place to go if you want to take a week off. Been to Disneyland a couple times. Great time. I was there for a week, back a few years ago. We had a ball. Me and my wife had a ball. A few years before that, me and my wife and my daughter went. We had a great time also. So definitely, Disney is another great place to go. We have done we've done week trips to Virginia, Carolinas, New York, Lake George. all these places you can go to. I would say recommend exploring, finding new places to go. You can't be better than that. There's so much out there to see, and the more we explore, the more we learn and enjoy ourselves. So that's a weekend, another weekend. That's a week trip that I do recommend. It's one thing to stay around the house and for a week and do yard work and hang out, but it's another thing to take off for a week and go and explore. There's so much out there to see, and the more you can go out to explore, I think the more knowledge you'll get of the surrounding areas and what this great country has to offer for us. And then when you're done with this country, you go to another country. You go to Canada, you go to Mexico, depending on where you are in the world, there's adjacent countries you can go to. If you're from Europe, of course, you have quite a few places you can go in Europe. So that's what I would recommend for a week vacation. But let's get back to the core of day tripping. I know it's so weird, day tripping is, by the Beatles, day tripping, yeah. But a day trip is it's very simple, very inexpensive. You could look for festivals going on. Different, every town sometimes has their different, what do you call it, celebrations. There's plenty of, lakes, beaches, so much to do out there. But just biggest thing is get out of the house, get out of your chair, get out from in front of the TV, and go out there to explore. Of course, after you watch this video, definitely got to watch this video, then you can go out to explore. Do I travel for Christmas? Not really. We used to travel to visit relatives, but we kind of stay home for Christmas. I would like to take a Christmas cruise, though. That might be something we might want to look into. Me and my wife is take a Christmas cruise. But right now we just, don't travel too much for Christmas. We did it one time to visit relatives, but now we just kind of, hunker down and have people come visit us. All right. We got about another 2.5 minutes. We're going to do a 15-minute video. So, let's see. What else can we talk about here? And one thing I do recommend for your day trip, and of course, is to pack a lunch. Pack a bag. Make sure you fill just basic stuff. Sandwich. Something to drink, so you're not spending money at the convenience stores, the gas station, and of course, go out to a nice meal while you're out. You deserve it. You work hard, and you deserve a good time out. But just pack a light lunch so you can have something to snack on while you're driving or wherever you're going. And of course, pack for the weather. You never know what's going to go on with the weather. And of course, in the summertime, make sure you wear your sunscreen, wear a hat to keep your head nice and covered so you don't get sunburned. And that's what I do recommend for that. All right, we got about another minute on the show. Let's see if I have any more questions. Excuse me. If you have any questions, if you want to drop me an email, you can reach me at tdtcruise25@gmail.com if you wish to send me an email. And if you do like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that very much. All right. And, there's a big world out there. Go out and explore. You never know what you're going to find. Just walk out that door and say, wow. Okay. Okay, we're going to end the video. I do appreciate everyone that showed up and everyone who's going to be watching this video once I post it. So, until next time, keep day tripping. You never know what you're going to find. Thank you for watching.